Okay, I think we're live on YouTube also. Okay, so right now I'm streaming live on Facebook as well as on Google Air, which is going to be streaming on YouTube. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Harmony Patton. I'm also known as the Paleo Ballerina. I am an online health and wellness fitness coach. I'm also a business mentor, and I help other people grow their own fitness businesses. Let's see, what else? I am a certified PIO Live instructor. I am also a professional ballet dancer, and I also teach ballet. I've created the Eat for Acne meal plan and detox protocol. And yeah, I don't know, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. So today, guys, I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you a little bit about muscle soreness. So before I get into my tips on how to combat muscle soreness, I just kind of wanted to talk to you about muscle soreness in general and why muscle soreness is kind of necessary as people who are physically active. So I know it's officially summertime now. Maybe some of you are doing that thing where you're like, oh, I'm going to run before I put on a swimsuit, or maybe you're starting to go to the gym, or maybe you've decided to get a Beachbody program like 21 Day Fix, or whatever it is, whatever physical activity you've maybe recently added in, and you might be experiencing some muscle soreness. Excuse me. Or maybe you've already been working out for a while, but you're not really getting sore. So I just want to emphasize that muscle soreness is a necessary part of our health and fitness journey, because if you're never sore but you're working out all the time, you're probably also not getting very good results, because feeling that muscle soreness the day after a really intense workout, for you, that should be like an indication that you did something right. So even if you're super physically active all the time, maybe you're a ballet dancer, maybe you're a professional ballet dancer, but you're never sore, and you feel like your technique is never improving, that might be because maybe you need to add in some cross training, or maybe you need to do something differently in the studio. So honestly, if you're physically active and you're not sore, you need to change something about what you're doing. Because if you want to change your body and change the shape of it and change the way that your muscles look and all of that, I mean, everything that goes along with working out, right? Like, you should be experiencing muscle soreness. It's a sign that you're doing something right. And it's a sign that you're working different muscles, right? So you're not just doing the same thing every single day, because you're going to plateau. Plateaus are a real thing, guys. Like, if you're not getting sore and you're not seeing results, that means you need to mix it up. You need to try something different. You need to maybe add in some different types of exercises. Maybe just add some cross training. Like, if you're a runner, maybe add in some PIO, add some Insanity Max 30, add some weightlifting, add some Body Bees to your life. Those are all Beachbody programs for those of you that don't know. And I can give you more information on them if you're interested. But for me, when I started seeing the most difference in my body, it doesn't have to take a long period of time if you're doing the right exercises, because you can work out super hard for a long period of time and not really get the results that you want, which is frustrating, and it makes most people quit because you're doing the wrong things, or you just don't know that, like, you need to up your weights maybe. Even as women, like, if just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's hard enough to be changing your body, if that makes sense. Because working out is always going to be hard. Physical exercise is always going to be hard, right? But it's like, to really see results and like progress, to see progress and like those non-scale victories and getting stronger and everything, you have to kind of mix things up and push your comfort zone and push your limits and push your boundaries. And don't be afraid, especially ladies, like, don't be afraid to lift some heavier weights. Now, I'm not saying like you have to go out there and be like squatting 200 pounds. I mean, be realistic. But I'm saying if you're lifting like 4-pound weights and 8-pound weights, maybe try lifting like some 15-pound weights, maybe some 20-pound weights. You know, just challenge yourself. Try new things. Try different things. It's so important if you want to see change in your body to be experiencing this muscle soreness. And on that note, I'll go into ways that you can combat the muscle soreness. So if you are one of the people who is regularly sore, first of all, kudos, good for you. It's a good thing. I know personally today, I am crazy sore. I started a new program a couple days ago, and this is another reason that I like to go back to different programs and start new programs and do different things, because the second you do something different, you're like, oh my God, I'm so sore. There's a reason for that, right? I think that just goes to show how important it is for us to do different things besides the thing that we typically do, if you have a thing that you typically do. So first and foremost, it's really, really important after especially a hard workout to get in some nutrients. So one of the main things you want is protein. And you also need things that are going to help your muscles recover. So my favorite, I'm going to show you the 3 things that I put into a recovery shake pretty much every time I work out, but definitely every time after I have like a really hard workout. Okay, so first and foremost is this guy right here. Come a little bit closer. So this is Beachbody Performance Recover. I have 2 different cameras here. So the cool thing about this, and there's a couple cool things about this, but I don't know if you guys have heard of this little thing called NSF. It's not FDA regulated or anything, but it's one of the things that you always want to make sure is on any type of performance or athletic supplement that you take, because it means that it's been certified by a board of people to say like, hey, this quality is good enough for professional athletes. However, it doesn't have anything illegal in it. So if you were a professional athlete, you could drink this and not have to worry about not being able to pass a test to see if you're doping or something for performance enhancement. So this is cleared for that, which is good. Another thing, so I'll just read off to you on here what it says as far as what this does. So it speeds muscle recovery. It promotes lean muscle synthesis. It combats exercise-induced muscle soreness, #duh, and improves muscle strength recovery. So this does need to be, you need to drink this within 30 minutes of finishing a workout. So for me, like my routine is that I finish my workout and right away I go and I make my recovery shake, and I do add 2 other things to it as well. I'll show you those in a second. So if you look on here, the ingredients, we have whey protein, pea protein. Hold on one second, you guys. Sorry about that. Rude. Anyway, so this does have whey protein in it. So like typically I don't drink milk or dairy. However, okay, so true story, actually, when I bought this, I was like, okay, it has whey in it. I'm probably never going to drink it. I bought it for my husband for his muscle recovery. But then one day out of desperation, I was like, okay. I looked at the ingredients. I was like, really, there's no ingredients in here that are bad. And whey isn't bad per se. It's just some people can't tolerate dairy, which I'm one of those people. However, whey does not technically have like lactose or, you know, it's a dairy-based protein, but a lot of people that are sensitive to dairy can still tolerate it, which is great. So I drank it one day out of desperation and I fell in love with it, and I have not had any adverse reactions or any problems with it. But as far as what's in here, we've got whey protein, pea protein, casein, branched chain amino acids, L-leucine, valine. Okay. Yeah, and there's actually L-glutamine in this, and pomegranate extract. But, and there's beet sugar. That's like the one sweetener in it. But there's not many grams of sugar. There's only 6 grams of sugar, which is amazing. And it's beet sugar, so it's from beets. And then cocoa powder. Yeah, so really it's good stuff. And then I'll show you the other 2 things that I add to this as well. So I also add creatine, which I'm going to show this camera down here, and then I'll show you guys creatine. And I add this because it helps your muscles have like a longer endurance. So it's going to help you in your workout the next day. You add it to your recovery shake, or if you're not adding it into a recovery shake, then creatine needs to be added into like some kind of sweet, like juice or something, some kind of sweet drink, because you need some carbs with it. And literally all that's in this is creatine. Yeah, so you do want to make sure that it's creatine monohydrate. There's a couple different types of creatine out there. So this one right here is a really, really good quality creatine. So again, I just add 1 scoop of this to my 1 scoop of my recovery shake. And I'll read to you on here what it says. So it improves high intensity exercise performance, increases muscle strength and power, and it enhances the effects of resistance training. Okay, so if you're trying to build muscle, you definitely want those 2. And then I also add L-glutamine. It's just plain old powdered L-glutamine. And the other perk of L-glutamine is that it helps repair your gut lining, your stomach lining. So if you're one of my like real foodie, paleo type people, I'm sure you know all about leaky gut and the fact that pretty much every single person ever has leaky gut. Of course, that's all to different varying degrees of intensity, but leaky gut sucks and is real. So I add half a teaspoon of this and always use the powder as well. And it says on here supports muscle tissue and immune function, which, I mean, I originally bought this for the whole gut lining thing. And then I decided I wanted to add it to my post-workout recovery shake. And honestly, using the 3 of these, I feel so good after a workout. Okay, so nutritionally, that's kind of what you want. And I'll tell you guys, like, I'm sure you've seen muscle milk and things like that. This is cheaper than that. So like 1 muscle milk, that's more expensive than 1 scoop of each of these put together into 1 shake. This is cheaper. And the quality is so much better. You're just getting much better ingredients overall. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about foam rolling. And I also have this magical little wand right here. So I'll show you a couple different ways that you can use foam rollers, as well as types of foam rollers. I have 2 different types here with me. So my personal favorite is this guy. And for those of you that have been on my website, you know that I have this linked on my website. I personally am not particularly picky about the brand, but I really like these like hollow, so it's like a hollow cylinder, and it has all these grooves, which these are like foam, but in general, there's not as much give on this because it's pretty like solid and hollow. So this is my personal favorite and go-to. And also I feel like when you use something like this to foam roll, you don't have to foam roll as long. I mean, it's pretty painful if you're sore, but, you know. And then I just have a standard foam roller here also, which Again, it's not hollow. It has a little bit more give, I would say, but even so, you know, this is pretty firm, but it doesn't have those little ridges. So I feel like this gives you more of kind of like a deep tissue massage sort of effect, and this is more like a Swedish massage. So the technique for using either of these is going to be exactly the same. I'm going to show you on this guy because, again, this is my personal favorite. And I'll show you a couple ways that you can use this here, like massager wand thing. So like I said, I have these linked on my website, thepaleoballerina.com. But if you don't want to use those, then mine at, I think, like Ross or Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and they're not expensive there. So yeah. Okay. I'm going to move this one camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay. So with this here foam roller, first I'm going to show you how to foam roll your quads. So this one obviously is pretty small, so you might not be able to do both at the same time. You might just want to take it one at a time. But you're literally just going to lie like this, and you roll. There's nothing too fancy about it. And then you can turn on your side for your IT band. And ooh, hurts so good. Okay, so I like to just take it one leg at a time. And then you can flip over and do your hammy. And then you can also kind of just, especially if you're using this ridged one, I like to use the part with the really little ridges on my calf. So depending on how sore your calf is, sometimes even just placing it on my calf is like enough to make me scream. Right now my calves aren't super sore. So you can either do this with one foot still on the ground or one foot on top to get a lot of pressure on there. Okay, so you just do that for either side, or not either side, for both sides. And then, I mean, that's really it. And you can stay and hang out on this thing for a while. I do also like to do my back and my neck, although the one rule of thumb is not to do your lower back because your kidneys are down there, so you don't want to be rolling your kidneys. So, again, start here. And just kind of go back and forth. Ladies, if you have long hair, I recommend you either put it up or hold it up because it will get caught under the roller. If you have sore lats from doing pull-ups or shoulders, that's painful. Okay, so that's the foam roller. And honestly, there's like a million different exercises you can do. Sorry, I keep forgetting this is down here. There's a bunch of different exercises that you can do, but honestly, I just keep it simple. And, you know, I like to stay with one area for a while. So usually I'll keep rolling my quad for like a couple minutes before I move on. And you don't want to roll fast. So it should be nice, slow, controlled movement, rolling back and forth. Okay, now for this here wand. I definitely like to use this for my calves. You just kind of take it under here like this. Hopefully that camera is focusing. It looks like it's a little bit blurry, but. And then you just kind of go all around. Let me get a little bit closer for you guys. Just kind of go all around your calf. So I like to go to the side. Get down in here near your Achilles. Up in here. On to the other side. So again, then I bring it around also, and I'll go over my shin. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I really do like to get down in here near your Achilles because it's a hard area to stretch, and it oftentimes gets neglected. So, yeah. You can also, of course, use this on your quads. The main thing is just to make sure that your muscle is relaxed while you do it. So you don't want to be tensing it or tightening it. And you just roll like so. Okay. Yep. And then you do the same thing with the other leg. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just kind of, I know that muscle soreness can be really rough, and a lot of times it can deter people from working out. So I wanted to give you some tips on how to fight back against muscle soreness, but also kind of how to crave muscle soreness, because it is important, it is necessary, and yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, definitely you guys know where to find me, thepaleoballerina.com. There's a contact page, or you can always email me, thepaleoballerina@gmail.com. Of course, I'm available here on Facebook, The Paleo Ballerina, or my personal Facebook page, Harmony C. Patton. Obviously, I'm on YouTube, The Paleo Ballerina, Instagram, The Paleo Ballerina. Just pretty much search The Paleo Ballerina wherever you go. I'm also on Snapchat. I don't know if you can find me if you search The Paleo Ballerina, actually, because I created my Snapchat before I created The Paleo Ballerina. But my name on there is Harmony, so it's HARRMOONEY. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Please like this video, share this video, tell your friends about it. Subscribe, of course, if you're on YouTube. Definitely subscribe. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys again later. Thanks again so much for tuning in.